raise taxes on the wealthiest New Yorkers instead of taking more from those with the least. Throughout this process, I've been reminded of the words of the Austrian economist Friedrich Hayek. If socialists understood economics, they wouldn't be socialists. If these past months have shown us anything, it is that socialists not only understand economics just as well as the capitalists who came before, but that we can solve their years of mismanagement through an embrace of our principles.
It's an utterly outrageous comment. Vickie Paladino, New York City Councilwoman, has a lot to say about that. Josh Hammer also with us, senior counsel at the Article 3 Project. Good to have you guys on this Thursday night. Vickie, we're going to start with you. You're on the city council. You have to deal with Mamdani every day.
Yes.
He has already fixed all the mismanagement of capitalism with that beautiful budget that he put together. Huh?
Yeah, $126 billion. He didn't fix anything. Like I told you before, we budget by bailout. And what he did was he just went from Peter to pay Paul. This was an absolute travesty. You should have seen what was going on in City Hall that Tuesday, just a couple of days ago. Up and down in the elevators, trying to make deals. Julie, our speaker, and all of our council members caved. Everybody voted like they do with the federal budget. They don't even know what they're voting for, but they just vote for the hell of voting for it. This guy's he's got an agenda. He's on a freight train. He's going. And nobody's there to stop him. Like you said, there's no grown-ups in the rooms. There's no leadership. When I try to speak and give my objection as to why I'm voting no, down goes the mic. Off it goes. Okay, while everybody else got more than their 2 minutes, they shut me right down. And I nailed them on every single point by point. And they don't want to hear it. No. So, you know what? Put it on Twitter, went viral. Everybody enjoyed it. It is what it is. You deal with facts, you deal with reality. We are living in a place that does not exist in reality. This is totally, but the whole country is going this way.
That's exactly right. You know, Josh, to bring you in here, I mean, the arrogance of this young man, and again, this is the sample of what these socialists want to bring to the entire country, but they're driving all the capital out of New York. The revenue for the city will fall and is falling. And he says that he's fixing all the mismanagement of capitalism because he's stealing money from people in the rest of the state to pay for this big city.
Listen, Rob, there's a lot to be said on this, but I think the top bottom line thing that must be reiterated is that socialism and communism, which are essentially the same thing, this is the deadliest ideology in the history of the human species. That is actually non-exaggeration. The estimated death toll for socialism/communism is at least 100 million people. It is deadlier historically than fascism or any other kind of totalitarian ideology. These principles that Mamdani espouses do not end well. They end in the gulag. They end in the guillotine. They end in immiseration and bread lines. Rob, I've been to Cuba. I visited Cuba.
Same here.
I guess it was 7 years ago, in 2019. I saw it for myself. You land at the airport in Havana, Cuba. You get out of the airport. You see all these billboards, the propaganda. They say "Socialismo es el futuro." Socialism is the future. You see the Che Guevara. You see the Castro. What does Havana look like? It looks like it's been bombed. There's destruction. There's rubble. There's stray dogs. You see this beautiful stretch of ocean where there could be resorts and casinos and five-star restaurants. And what is there? You see people who are shirtless and homeless and are trying to scrounge for every penny of their meal. It has led to failure and misery everywhere. And guess what, Rob? They're embracing it. And the fact they're embracing it, that could be Republicans' gain if Republicans are smart.
I remember seeing all of these local, when I went, I saw all these Cubans, and you had these internet cards. This was back in 18 when I went. And they'd buy these, they'd stand in line at the government offices and buy these internet cards in the morning for $1, and then they'd sell them to tourists for $2. That was their day of work. Everyone nobody had work. Everybody's sitting in a dump. There's nothing to do. There's no economy. There's nothing. It's terrifying. They want to implement that here. They tell us this is terrible, and that is the future.
The outrage that we should be having as citizens of New York City. Nobody's breaking this up. I don't understand why nobody is standing up. You know, we have a speaker of the city council. This budget should have went in the garbage. That's where this budget should have went. This never should have passed on June 30th. No. They didn't pass the state budget on April the 6th. They waited until the end of June. We could have held up this budget. Weaklings. And until people start to get a hold of this and the people of this city understand the road that we are on, only then will things change. But right now, with him at the helm, big trouble.
And just to get back to, you know, the demographics, Josh, of socialism are probably the most entertaining thing to look at when you see that. If we can go to take 7 here, guys. White 85% pushing socialism, Hispanic only 9%, Asian 5%, Black 4%. It's nothing. It's the dumbest, most spoiled, entitled white people you've ever met are the ones that are pushing this country right down the toilet, Josh.
So this is exactly why I think that this could be a huge opportunity for Republicans, because there's been this whole debate, Rob, as to whether or not the Trump immigration policy is going to repel Hispanic voters, which, by the way, I don't buy that for a second. But the easiest way to make sure that the very real Hispanic gains, the very real multi-ethnic working class coalition gains that Republicans have made in the past 2 or 3 cycles, the easiest way to make sure that this sticks is to emphasize exactly this point. I live here in South Florida. I am surrounded by Cubans. I'm surrounded by Venezuelans. I'm surrounded by people who fled this crap, who fled this because their lives depended on it. This is a golden opportunity for Republicans to message on this. Just message on economic freedom, on individual liberty, on entrepreneurialism, on prosperity. I'm not suffering through red lines. Very simple.
That's exactly right. Vickie, real quick before I let you go, it's very hot here in New York, as you know. Mamdani, remember the warmth of collectivism. We're going to get a taste of that. He wants everybody to keep the temperature at, 78? Take a listen to this.
And to every business owner, please set your thermostats to 78 degrees to alleviate the stress on our power grid.
78 is not AC at all. 78 is what it is if you just close the blinds.
No, here's how it goes.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
How's that, Zoran?
Yeah.
No, I won't. And you know what? Everybody, set your thermostat wherever you like. This is your house. You own it. You live the way you want to live. Who the heck is he to tell us how to set our thermostats? Now, let me just back you up a minute.
Okay.
What's going on in Europe right now? They told them to do away with air conditioning altogether. So we're supposed to have faith that we're supposed to do by goodwill and follow these rules. Don't follow these rules. Break these rules. Because if we let them get away with this, the whole thing goes.
Yeah.
Stop it now. Stop it now.
Well said. Vickie Paladino, Josh Hammer, good to see you both. Thanks, guys. Everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmidt tonight on Newsmax.